What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I just got some new goodies for my peanut butter Hellcat Pro. If you guys have seen the other video I did on this where we installed some other parts, you'll know that I'm building this thing to be a no frills, reliable, everyday carry gun. So let's jump into it. So I bought this gun on the Gear Up promotion. With that promotion, you get extra magazines and a range bag, stuff like that. I bought this thing because I wanted to build it into that no frills, no Gucci, just kind of that reliable, everyday carry with solid parts that are going to be reliable and consistent every time. Now, I know I'm going to get feedback in the comments. Why are you using that? Why are you doing anything to that gun if you want it to be reliable? The only reliable gun is a factory stock gun. No, it's not. I have tons of guns that are very reliable, that I've had zero issues with, that I've put a lot of accessories on and kind of made them how I want them. So, yes, I understand in certain situations, certain parts, putting certain parts with other certain parts, that things can happen and things won't function how they're supposed to. But this one, I'm going with very reputable companies, very reliable parts that not only have I experienced for myself firsthand, but the industry as a whole has found very reliable as an aftermarket solution for certain parts. So what I've done to this so far, I went with the Apex Action Enhancement Trigger Kit. This one is I think it's the Type 3 or whatever they call it, trigger shoe. And then I did their extended control set, which is that magazine release, the slide stop slide release, and the takedown lever. So that's what I have on this so far. That's all I've done to it. It's been reliable for me. I haven't had any issues. That's one thing that I kind of wanted to do, is do this kind of step by step, not just buy a whole pile of parts, throw them at it. I wanted to go one step at a time and do this thing right. So I've been packing this thing around here and there, getting used to it. I do have another Hellcat Pro that I've done up as well, and it's kind of the gun that I've been testing things on and, you know, trying different brands of parts on and things like that, mishmash. You know, I have like an Apex Action Enhancement Trigger Kit in it, but then I have the Tyrant trigger shoe on it, and, you know, that's kind of my test platform, if you will, the gun that I've been kind of trying a bunch of different things out on. So the new parts that I got for this, and some of them are going to be similar to my other Hellcat Pro because, one, holster compatibility. I wanted to make sure that I could use the same holsters that I have for that gun with this gun and vice versa. So to start things off, I got the Streamlight TLR7 sub for this. This is the same light that I have on my other Hellcat. These are a reliable light. I've had zero issues with these. They fit good, they look good, they're small, compact, and there's a variety of different holsters that fit your gun with this light on it. So I went with that light. As for red dot, I'm going with the tried and true Holosun 507K. I would have gone with like an EPS carry because I really like those closed emitter red dots, but I had this one sitting on the bench, so I'm gonna roll with this one. I have probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 of these on different guns, and I've never had an issue with them, whether it's concealed carrying, sitting in a range bag, any reliability issues. I haven't had any problems with them at all. Since I already had this one, I'm going to throw that on. To adapt it to that Hellcat, I bought a DPP optic plate. I've never used these before. This is the one thing out of these parts that I haven't used before, so I wanted to try that out. These are very inexpensive compared to some other options that are out there, so I'm going to try this out, see how it works. It's made of the same material as like the C&H plates that I typically use, but this is half to quarter of the price of those C&H plates. So we're gonna try this out, see how it works. And then next up, I got an outside the waistband holster from Four Brothers. Now you guys know that Four Brothers is my go-to for holsters for anything. I love the way they fit, love the way they feel, love how fast they get them out to you. A lot of holster places, you'll place an order and 6 weeks later, you're getting an email saying it's shipped. That's not how Four Brothers does business. They are on the spot, usually within 1 or 2 days. This thing is shipped. It's to your door within a week. These things are great quality, awesome price. The people over there are awesome, and they have a bunch of different holsters for a bunch of different guns with whatever lights you have, red dots, whatever the case. And from my experience, they really take input a lot better than some companies. Some companies, this is what we're doing, this is what we're making. It doesn't matter what you want. If you don't see something on their website, call them and ask them, shoot them an email. They are very easy to work with, and they usually have what you're looking for. Now, as with any video that I throw a Holosun on, I know it's gonna be in the comments. Why are you buying that Chinese crap? You're a communist, yada, 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 support US companies, this and that. Yet the phone that they leave that comment with was probably made in China. The Streamlights and Surefires, they are the best lights out there, right? Law enforcement, military, any tactical situation, even though probably 99% of the people that are commenting this have never been in a tactical situation. They're just kind of pretending. But even these, if you read the bottom of this box, assembled in the USA of US and foreign parts. So parts of this are actually made in China as well. Don't be leaving me comments about China and I'm a communist. Nope, I'm just using products that work, products that have been reliable for me. And there's not a person on this earth that hasn't used a product that's come from a different country. But with that rant out of the way, let's jump over to the bench. I'll get this stuff thrown on and show you what it looks like. Now, YouTube doesn't like me showing you guys step by step how to do stuff like this. For some reason, I guess it's pretty dangerous. I don't know their reasoning. So I'm gonna throw you on a time lapse. So we'll get this stuff installed and check this thing out. Guys, that was probably one of the quickest installs I've done. But before we check this out, I wanted to remind you guys, I'll have a link in the description that takes you to my website where I'll have more information for all this stuff, any tools I use, any products I use, anything like that will be over there at the build list so you guys can check it out. Even the stuff previously that I put on this, I'll have in that build list. So go check that stuff out. And I will also have a link for the channel merch, shirts and hats and stuff like that, hoodies, whatever you want. Go over there, check that stuff out if you guys want to support the channel. But let's take a look at this thing. So like I mentioned before, I did the Apex trigger and controls kit. Those have been nothing but reliable for me. Let me show you this trigger pull. That's the take up. Nice tactile reset, crisp brake. These controls are extended just a little bit to allow you to get a better grip on it, and they are really nice. This takedown lever, I don't know if you can see, it kind of has a ledge up there, which makes a nice spot for you to rest your thumb. So these things are well thought out. That mag release is very grippy, has nice texture on it, and those have made a world of difference. But the stuff we just put on, that TLR 7 sub, you can see how that thing just fits right at home on there. Looks nice. The buttons are easy to use. That's one of the reasons I really like these lights, is the activation. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the X300 style lights on larger handguns, just because of the activation switch. I hate that you have to roll it back and forth. That's just never been comfortable for me. So I kind of tend to gravitate towards lights that have the paddles that you can push on, momentary, whatever. I kind of like those better. And then that Holosun 507K, that looks right at home on there too. It's not too big or bulky. It barely sticks out over the edge just a little bit. And then that plate, I was kind of surprised. That thing fit perfect. Has the correct screws you need for it and everything right in the box. I already blue Loctite it and everything. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. After getting that dot on there, and looking through those sights, you can barely see the top of that front sight. Let me see if I can show you this on the camera, and yes, the gun is empty. So that's how it looks co-witnessing. You can barely see the top of that front sight. So I may end up getting some taller sights for this. Good thing is that Holosun does have some sight posts kind of built into it, so you can utilize those, but I may reach out to Night Vision, see if I can get a set of Night Vision sights. They're their Optic Ready series that are just a little bit taller, so you can get that nice lower third co-witness and not have to worry about trying to find that top sliver of that front sight. And then the Four Brothers holster, that thing fits perfectly, locks down in there, has nice retention on that light. I adjusted that a little bit. I'll probably have to adjust it more once I get it on my hip and start using it a little bit, but I really like their holsters. They are very comfortable. They're not big and bulky. They have the nice sweat guard up the back, and they use that thick Kydex, so it's very durable and stuff. And I can either use this one, or I have my other inside the waistband holster that I have my other Hellcat in, that I can use depending on how I'm carrying it. You know, if I'm up at my property and throw this on my hip, I can run it that way because that's a lot more comfortable when you're walking around doing work, hiking, whatever the case is. And then when I'm concealed carrying, I can throw that inside the waistband holster on and utilize that. So those are a few more upgrades to the Peanut Butter Hellcat. Let me know what you guys think and what else you think I should do to this gun, if there is anything else. Like I said, I'll probably try and find some taller sights for it. And that might be all I'm gonna do to this gun, because I want it to be just a no frills, reliable, everyday carry type gun. Don't forget to hit those links that'll be in the description. Go pick you up a t-shirt. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll check you guys on the next one.